Well, hey everybody, this is Gretchen the Green Lady, and I have some guests today. A friend of mine named Scott and his daughter Anna. And Scott, he's back there somewhere. Where is he, Scott? There he is.
In the jungle.
He's in the jungle. He is going to share with us what he knows about orchids. And then a special treat, Anna will be sharing with us later what she knows about some succulents, right? So stay tuned and let's see what we do. Okay, Scott, so I got an orchid from you and it died. People don't know everything about every plant. And Scott really has researched this and he's learned a lot. So I wanted to ask him today just what it takes and how we take care of and manage an orchid. So Scott, if I was given this as a gift, what would you recommend that I do and how should I take care of it?
Well, Gretchen, there's a couple things you need to know.
Yeah.
Every plant has its quirks and it also has its preferences.
Okay.
I guess I've worked with orchids probably more than 10 to 15 years, actually.
Say.
Still wouldn't consider myself a pro. Generally, when you have an orchid, they are tropical plants.
Okay.
You have to really keep that into mind
Okay,
anytime you're
so tropical
working with
means
them.
that they have a different climate need.
Exactly. Temperature is key.
Right there.
Temperature.
Temperature is key. And can we add something else to tropical? What's that thing with lots of moisture called?
Humidity.
Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, we do pretty good here in North Carolina, but not in the winter, so.
Right. And most of my experience with the orchids was in Florida. So knowing the climate changes in from Florida to North Carolina, there are some key things to keep in mind.
Okay.
So you're going to be keeping them on the inside.
Right.
You know.
You would typically call this a house plant.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. The temperatures they prefer anywhere between somewhere I've read 70 degrees, but they can kind of thrive, a little lower, 67, 68.
Okay, so 70 degrees. Most of us like our homes around that temperature, so really we can't do much with that outdoors unless it's in the summertime. If I wanted to care for this, I know now that it doesn't like the cold and
Definitely
it likes
not.
humidity.
They're going to wilt in the cold, and they also have a dormant stage.
Oh.
They do, and so
So maybe the plant I had didn't die.
it could be a possibility.
It could have been dormant. I just helped it meet its doom.
They're really easy to care for.
Okay.
As long as you keep those two things in mind. Humidity. When I say humidity, my best experience with indoors has been like a bathroom or like a kitchen where you've got, a good amount of humidity coming
Moisture.
from your...
Okay.
Yep.
So what would be the next step for us as a grower or someone who just wants to enjoy an orchid?
Yeah, so I would definitely go to the next point of temperature. Temperature is really important when you're dealing with a tropical plant of any type.
Okay.
You want to keep that temperature no lower than 68, and of course upwards from there. Some of these can, survive 110 degrees.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow.
So although they like it best with that humid air.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that we've got our temperature and we got moisture, what would be next?
Well, I think you want to think about the space in your pot.
Okay.
They do actually perform better with a smaller pot.
So do they like to be pot bound?
Essentially, I wouldn't call it pot bound, but
Okay.
they want to have a firm rooting in the pot.
Okay. Can we look at that, Scott?
Yeah.
Let's give us an example. I have a little tiny one
Let's
here.
take yours that you have out,
Okay.
and this is certainly in a good place.
All right.
When I pull it out, you can see that the roots, they are growing over the material.
All right.
And
So now is this happy in this container, or do I need to move to a larger one?
right, it's getting on the brink.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say you've got these shoots that are coming out, and these roots are seeking new
nutrients
and soil. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I would probably pot this in like the next size. Yeah.
Can I scooch this up to the camera?
Yeah.
Yes. So here's the roots.
Take it out, and it's a little. You can see there the the shoots are seeking new nutrients.
Okay. All right. So keep an eye on the container and how much room your
Right.
orchid has, but it does tend to like to be more. I don't necessarily want to use pot bound, but would you say it likes a nice tight container?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say, a good tight container. A lot of us get that anxiety about, oh my goodness, is it time to repot?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be able to tell by the leaf, and
Okay.
it's kind of the secret.
Oh, the leaf. All right, I'm
The leaf
curious.
the leaf will tell you. And so I have an example here of one that's really getting spots.
Oh.
And so spots are kind of a negative, and it's going to be, you got to listen to your plants.
Right.
You
Okay.
gotta know
Do
when
you want to
it's.
take that, Anna? Take that up to the camera.
Now let's get a little close up look. So this one with the spot, we're going to be repotting that one because it's just needing some extra space to grow.
All right. And I
and
can
then-
see the roots are coming out here at the top.
So this one had attempted, and then these roots are starting to kind of wither out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So essentially, they're not getting the nutrient that they need,
Ooh, okay.
even though they went seeking, they did not find.
Yeah, there was nothing out there.
Right. So to me, that just tells me it's really getting down.
All
and,
right.
The medium too.
Oh, there's
and I'm
a
gonna
fancy
make a little
word.
mess.
What, Scott? What's the medium?
The medium would
Is that
be.
is that like the middle? Is
No,
that like,
no.
Okay.
We're talking about the soil
good.
or the type of nutrient that you're getting it.
Yes.
So the medium here is getting older,
Uh-huh.
and this one is just saying a lot of things to me about needing a new home.
Okay. All
And
right.
I'm going to be repotting that one.
So this plant told you several things. The roots were starting to fade and wither. They're very
They're
dry and
withering,
crunchy. There's a spot on that leaf, which also
Yeah.
tells us it's not happy in the container. And the soil or the medium doesn't appear to be supplying enough of the nutrients, and that's what your plant is telling you.
Exactly. This
Okay.
medium, I keep going back to that word.
I
but
know, I love that word.
the soil is just really brown and dry,
Uh-huh.
and it almost looks dead.
Right.
Of course. So how does soil look dead? Well, that's another tip because the biggest thing that I've learned about my orchids is it's not necessarily the soil, but there is a key ingredient that I love to use. It's actually used in a lot of places.